I'm Jason Hoffman. My goal is to help you have the confidence to just press go live. I am in left center field. I have a camera mounted behind the backstop. I have a camera mounted above the first base dugout, and I have a camera mounted on the wall right here in left center field. It is not the quality that I'm hoping for. It's a little bit glitchy. This is, in fact, a stretch. There are not distance markers on this fence, but it should be about 360 feet to right here from home plate. Of course, I'll be just a little bit to the left of home plate there. Yep, just too many glitches there. What I think I can do, though, is mount a camera at the backstop and then the far corners of the infield, each at the far end of the dugout, pointed towards the outfield, and catch most of the outfield action in that manner. See, sometimes it'll catch up and sometimes it won't. Sometimes it'll glitch a little bit, and sometimes it will let me have a very clear picture of what I'm doing. No pixelation, no stoppages. Looks really good. And then sometimes it goes back to ghosting on me a little bit. So as I recognized how badly the glitching was at 360 feet, I had to rethink my plan. So I came up with the idea to run my cameras still from the first base dugout, still have one behind home plate, but then have one mounted to the light pole just past first base, the light pole just past third base, and turn those so that I caught a good view of left field and right field. I wouldn't have the behind or over the shoulder shot that I'm looking for out of that center field camera, but with a Mevo, it's limited as to how far you're going to be able to see with that anyway. So this was a good compromise. One thing you're going to find valuable in trying to measure your distances at a venue is going to be Google Maps, especially outdoor venues. In the iOS version of Google Maps, you have the option of dropping a pin and then choosing to measure distance from that pin. I have pulled up my local baseball field. This is our high school field. And if I drop a pin here at the beginning of the dugout, I can choose to measure distance from that pin to wherever I want to put my next camera. So if I'm going to put my next camera behind home plate, I can add a point there and see that I am 69 feet from the dugout to the fence behind home plate. Now if I want to see how far that is from across the field, if I wanted to put a camera here in order to get a left field view, I could add a point there and see that I'm at 190 feet across that diamond. So I've got 4 cameras hooked up to Mevo Multicam. We're at the baseball field. There's my little setup. What I've done is connect the camera closest to it via Ethernet, connect the iPad via Ethernet, and run the other 3 wirelessly across my Slate AXT1800 Travel Router connected to my Encego MiFi. I have a very clear picture on all 3. Good, strong connection. Cropping and zooming is no problem. It does not pixelate or ghost at all with this setup. I have one of the cameras at that pole past the third base dugout. I have another of the cameras at that pole past the first base dugout. I have the wired camera at the dugout, and I have a wireless camera behind a home plate. Let's see if we can go live with this setup. So going live to a private stream on my channel, Speedify, making sure we stay okay. Running 4 cameras through the Slate AXT1800 Travel Router at quite the distance. This shot being about 60 feet past first base dugout, this shot being about 60 feet past third base dugout. I've got them zoomed to different areas. If I were to change the zoom, you'd see the shot that I had there. All right, so that's going to catch all the right field and then over to center. And the other one's going to catch all of left field over to center. So you get a good view of the outfield, in addition to a good view of the backside of the infield, plus your batter, pitcher, catcher here. That's going to be a good shot there. Oops, close that. Crop and zoom here. And we'll zoom that home plate view down to pitcher catcher, and that'll be a good shot. This little travel router opens up a world of possibility for baseball fields. Coming over to the football stadium allows me to test those distances in a different venue. So what I have is a camera running a phone, running Mevo Go, way over there at the goal post. Mounted to the goal post via a magnet mount. It would be above where the pad would usually be if it were during season. And then I have another camera on about the 30-yard line. Today it's just mounted to the railing. Usually I have a tripod that sits there on the track and holds that camera, with my setup up at the press box, about the 50-yard line. What that's going to give me on my Mevo Multicam app is end zone cam and sideline cam. Of course, we could run a couple other cameras up and down the field. We've proven that this router will handle that. This distance test shows us that running from press box 250 or 60 feet away to the goal post is okay. Here at this stadium, it's going to handle it very well. It's going to give us a good picture. Let me get a little bit on camera and we'll go from there. I'll have to have this one on to run audio because wind is killing me on my Mevo and on my Mevo Go over there. But having this picture for the field is going to give us a shot here on this end of the field. I'm going to go back up now and switch camera view so I can go down to the goal post and we can see what's happening over there. This is a fantastic camera view that has been previously unreachable if you were running a Mevo setup along the sideline for football. But with an end zone cam, with a Mevo Go running on a mobile device, it's going to allow these shots where you're doing end zone this close into the field, where you're maybe doing an extra point or 2-point conversion. These shots are going to be fantastic with the Mevo Go.